Dave and this little one Audrey does outdoors. We're out on a blustery November afternoon doing a wild camp up the hill in the woods. We've got a new rucksack, Osprey Ether 70, my winter Rab Ascent 1100 sleeping bag. So a couple of wee bits to maybe talk through later on. We've got about an hour of daylight, so tent needs to go up, firewood needs to be gathered. But yeah, it was really windy and wet this morning. The rain stopped but the wind's still here. We're probably going to go into the woods, although it's a bit noisy with all the wind in the trees, but generally a little bit more sheltered and the grass isn't quite as long. I got a couple of ticks up here and so is she. There's quite a lot of deer that kick about in these woods right down the back and around here. We're a few miles from home, nothing too major, so listen, thanks again for taking the time to tune in, support the channel. Remember, do all the usual, give it a wee sub. Dying to get to 500 subs, so everyone's support is absolutely valued, so thanks very much. I'm going to crack on. We're going to get a wee pitch, get the tent up, and we might be able to show you around the tent in the daylight, and then get some firewood gathered. So I'm going to be batting down the hatches a little bit because it's still quite windy, so you can see some of the bulky stuff. This is her sleeping bed, but I'm just going to compress it down in one of these little stuff sacks. It's going to be a bit of a windy one tonight, but you never know, the wind might die down. I'm just going to get her. I've actually got a couple of guys that I got a few little black hooks off Amazon, and a little tightening thing. I was speaking to a guy who's got a scarp recently, and he got tarp tent to put on all the extra guys, which would be quite nice because this is just paracord. I need to get some proper, well, because I've got a little black clip on it, it's really easy just to kind of, if you're needing a bit of extra security. Right, a quick walk around the tent. So I've got this helps to kind of keep the outer away from the inner. Pretty taut. I think the wind might actually be settling down. It was blowing an absolute gale, 30-40 mile an hour with a kind of weather warning, but so, and I've put one extra guy here. To be honest, you don't really need them. I put these on. Keeps the side panels a bit tauter because you're wanting it to be fairly static at night. There's nothing worse than a big sort of bellowing buffeting about. So I'm going to get her wrapped up. She's got a jumper. I'm going to put a jumper on her and get her blanket on. I've not put my sleeping bag yet, so I'm going to close that zip as a fly just flown in. For November, it's okay. And I've got 2 or 3 layers. I'm going to have my little fire across here. I grabbed some wood earlier on. I'm just going to have my stove there. I've forgotten my seat, but I'm just going to be chilling really. Get a wee early night with her and just get some space. It's been nice to actually get an hour of daylight, so the sun's Sun's not quite down yet. You can see it just kind of through the trees there. So I'm just going to tidy up a little bit, get the stove set up across here. Nice, very nice. And we're really sheltered. The wind tends to come up over the hill, so this side of the hill tend to be a little bit more sheltered, but you can see it's pretty battened down. I'll keep the vents open. Condensation, it got a wee bit, I think there was a bit of condensation when I was down the coast because there was no wind, and right next to the sea there was obviously a lot of moisture around, but great wee tent, the Scarp. Quite a lot of people have been sort of commenting and buying them, and we've been interacting a little bit about the seam sealing, and you know, Scarp will do all that sort of stuff for you. Expensive tent, but that's it. That's my forever 4-season tent. So right, I'm going to just crack on, tidy up a little bit, get a hurry jumper on, get my wood burner set up, just chill a little bit. Wood stove. This features in quite a lot of my little videos. £11 off eBay I saw them for, and the good thing about this is it's got this little door. It tends to seize up a little bit. I don't know if it's rusted together or that's it. It's really good for resting bits of wood out this way, having that little fold down. There we go. So I'm dedicating tonight's camp to my dear friend Jules, who we lost just about a week ago. I'm still in sort of shock and disbelief, to be honest with you. I've known Jules for over about 30 years, and we used to like party and socialise when we were, I suppose, kids, young. I know Alice, Jules' boy, Mills, and you know, everyone's like reeling from absolute like disbelief. Young, you know, in his early 50s. So rest in peace, my friend. Life can be brutal and cruel. It really can. So tonight's just in memory of dear Jules. Sure how much you'll see. That's pork. Some nice sauce. So get some food in a minute. I'm just going to get the frying pan on. A little bit of pork. I'm not sure how much you're seeing, how much you're not at this stage. I'm just going to bash on. So we've got frying pan. I've got a little bit of oil tonight. Normally I don't bother, but I just wanted to. See back in here. I've got the Richard Outdoors Bora. Big shout out to Richard Outdoors, the main man. We've got couscous, some gherkins and sweet. So this is the digs for the night. So we've got the Trichology pillow, a rab. This is a really nice down filled. Got this last year, didn't really use it much. I think we've got a couple of uses out of it, so looking forward to it. She's got a bit of tin foil. This, I'll put my coat around her. Pretty windy, but not too bad. I don't know if you're seeing any of the lights. And right folks, that's us. Night. We'll catch you in the morning. Nice night, nice bit of tea. It's been really star-filled sky tonight, which has been beautiful. She's ready for some serious sleep. A few geese and stuff floating about. We'll get a few deer noises, so she'll be. But yeah, I'm warming up nicely in my rab down sleeping bag. So cool. We'll catch you in the morning. Night. Morning folks. We're running out of battery power, so I'm not too sure how much we'll get of the footage. Really windy last night, not a bad sleep. The sleeping bag, the Rab 1100, really cosy. Still windy, it's just a back of 7. We're probably going to run out of power, so I'm not too sure how much more footage we'll get. Thanks again for everyone's support and tuning in. Audrey and me really appreciate it. I'm going to get the stove on, have a coffee. I've got a banana, my usual little kind of start-up drink in the morning. So yeah, not too much footage last night. It was really just a night to remember my friend who passed recently, and just to get out in the tent again. Really windy, the scarp one held up. I had to get up and put another guy on here because it was proper windy. I would say 40 mile an hour, but stood up really well. So I'm just going to have my coffee. She's going to have her breakfast. She was nice and cozy underneath all those different layers. I'm going to enjoy the sunset, and that might be us signing off. I'm not too sure. folks, that's us signing out from a pretty blustery, cold, very cold. My hands are like needing gloves on. It's been really windy. We're kind of getting sort of almost mid-November in Scotland, so we're getting cold. But that was a nice little first sort of cold camp. Cosy in the sleeping bag, tent did really well. Little fire. We managed to cook our dinner last night. I don't know how much footage will come out, so it's always difficult in the dark. But she's had a good night as always. Yeah. She woke up about 3 with a bit of a growl. I think it was just kind of the wind and stuff. But we're going to get down the road. Thanks again for everyone's support, by the way, particularly recently with my difficult times again. Really appreciate everyone's kind of sort of tuning in on Instagram as well. And thanks again for tuning in, spending the time with me and Audrey, and we'll catch you on the next trip. Take care.